Hello everyone, SirMonkeySuit Azapi here, back again with Chainsaw Man Season 1. We are on Episode 3, and in the last episode, we met our mainstay cast, I'd imagine, which is the experimental unit in the, the public sector, the public safety, Devil Hunter HQ. It is the experimental unit, and we found out why. I mean, obviously Denji is sort of a devil-human hybrid, so of course he would he would opt into that. But also we met another, which is Power, who is a fiend. We also actually found out what a fiend was. That was a new thing, of course, that was introduced, which is essentially devils that take over humans. They have characteristic heads and everything like that. And Power seems to be more dedicated to our side, more so than just these evil devils that that take over. So I mean, considering like Pochita and whatnot, it's not too far-fetched to say that, you know, there can be devils out there, obviously with different personalities and whatnot, which adhere more to the good side. I'm pretty sure that Power is that way inclined as well. We also got introduced to Aki, who is the other dude in the experimental unit. Of course, he had some issues with Denji, like some things to do with the fact that he's so head over heels for Makima, and also like he isn't really taking. It seems as though he isn't really taking this job for the right reasons. He's not taking it seriously and whatnot. Aki had his whole family killed by devils and whatnot, so his whole, you know, we go on about dreams in this show because that's in the last two episodes, like that's been a prevalent sort of subject that the show seems to be going in on. And of course we've talked about Denji's dreams in the before, about it being like his dream is just to be a normal human or a normal person, I guess at this point. Whilst others have like more convoluted, complicated reasons for things they do in their dreams and whatnot. And it seems as though Aki's is for revenge against devils and whatnot, while Denji has had experience with Pochita and whatnot, so he can he has a different way of looking at devils and whatnot. So yeah, definitely interesting. And at the end of last episode, we had, it was Denji and Power that partnered up. We saw that Power is able to, I guess, use her own blood to form things. I'm not going to just say that it's just the hammer thing or the mallet that she can form, but it seems as though she's using her own blood in that regard. She also did say, like, during, like, you know, she's like she was running low on blood or something, like she needs to be fed that. I don't know if that is true. I don't know if that's actually a thing, like she needs to be kept up on blood. I don't know if like that's something that she needs or whatnot. But it is interesting. I mean, we talked in the last episode, the very beginning, Denji even talked about after he fainted that he was running low on blood, seemingly like the idea that the chainsaw actually cuts him up as well. So it puts a limit on his power and whatnot. So yeah, but we'll see going forward. I'm enjoying the show as of now, so let's just keep it going. We are going to get in episode 3. As always, the reaction will be here on YouTube, but if for whatever reason it gets taken down for copyright in the future, I'll re-upload this as a discussion only, and a link to the reaction will be in the description below. As always, a link to the full-length reaction to this episode is in the description below, so if you do want to watch my full-length reaction, and not just the cut 10-minute version, then the offer is there for you. But yeah, nothing else really to talk about, so you're going to get in episode 3 and see what we get. So without further ado, let's go. Alright, the aftermath of the sea cucumber devil. Does definitely make... The blood devil. Okay, that's the reason why she can then. Oh my god, they're just throwing the blame on Denji.
逮捕だ逮捕。悪魔は嘘をつけない。嘘をつくのは人間だけじゃ。私は二人の活躍を見たいんだ。私に活躍見せられそう。胸を揉みたいと思っている場合じゃないかもしれない。
It fucking was. That was the course, that's the reason.
人間は嫌いじゃん。悪魔の本能みたいなもんで嫌いなんじゃ。そして悪魔も嫌いじゃん。
Interesting.
悪魔がわしの飼ってたニャーコを連れ去ったからな。
Oh, really?
わしは悪魔からニャーコを取り戻せるなら。人間の味方でも何でもしてやる。
でも犬だったらまだわかるかもな。
Of course. Well, that makes sense. Of course, that's why they're split.
悪魔から取り戻してくれたら胸を揉ませてやると言ったらどうする？
So up right now.
デビルハンターとして許せねえ。その悪魔、俺がぶっ殺してやるぜ。
Let's find it. Where is it? So a devil took her cat. Are we to assume that that was when she was a fiend or before? Because they retain things from when they were human, right? I think.
17時までには戻ってくるように。
一人じゃ外出もできねえのか？
So he's like her
ずっと
carer.
ここの中で退屈しとった。わしの姿を見られたらニャーコを盾にされちゃうからね。
Right.
俺もポチタっつう悪魔飼っててさ、もう撫でることはできねえんだけど、いいんだ。俺のここで生きてる。
Yeah.
心の中にいるだのなんだのは。
He doesn't mean
浅ま
figuratively.
しい慰めじゃ。
No.
米国の件でソ連はタカ派の声が大きくなっている。悪魔を軍事利用しているという噂も聞く。
Fucking hell, what?
君の仕事は犬を育て使うことだ。
It's got to be control that she wants there, and that's promising for power, right? Because she praised her before.
すべての悪魔は名前を持って生まれてくる。その名前が恐れられているものほど悪魔自身の力も増すという。デンジ君はチェンソーの悪魔になれる。
Yeah. If
面白いと思うけど
they
な。
start fearing him.
公安にはふさわしくないです。それに悪魔と仲良くなれると思ってる。
あそこにニャーコと悪魔がいる。
てめえが姿見せたら猫を人質にされんだろ？
いい間違い。じゃ。
What the fuck was that for? Nothing's ever as it seems. Christ. She wanting a trade?
逃げたのかと思ったぞ。
文句を言うな。わしもやっと外に出られたんじゃ。
Fuck's sake, power.
人間に刻まれた傷、人間
He
の
can't
血
grab
で
his-
癒させてもらう。
He can't rev his engine. Oh, Jesus. You can taste the devil in him.
まずい一理復活してしまったではないか。
お前は悪魔と仲良しにでもなりたいのか？
約束通り人間を連れてきたんじゃ。ニャーコを返してもらう。
Oh no, so that part was actually true.
私にまずい血を持ってきた罰がまだだったな。
ニャーコ、もう少し太らせてから食ってやるか。
She was originally going to eat it, but then grew attached.
ニャーコを殺すのが楽しみじゃな。悲鳴じゃない声を聞くのは不思議な感じじゃな。
血の悪魔よ。猫を殺されたくなければ人間を
that was a quick freaking hostage situation, wasn't it?
ウヌの気持ちが分かったぞ。ひどい気分じゃな。
That didn't take long, did it? I mean, it's swallowing them whole.
まずい。
Come on, Denji.
メインは肉好きのいい男。デザートは妊婦がいい。
Jesus. Oh my god.
俺の胸返せ。
I've been caught. There
ポ
we
チ
go.
タがいなく
Grab
なった
it.
時があった。朝起きたらポチタはいなくて、家に帰るとポチタは泣きながら俺を待っていた。
Oh. Oh, fuck. Say bye-bye to your arm again. Sure you don't hit power on a cat.
腹咲いて胸もむんだよ。
I wonder if I'm gonna punish Denji for this. That's a lot of damage. He can't exactly pick people up either, can he? Fuck. Wait a minute, what was that? Okay. Oh, fuck. Dude. Whoa. Oh, fucking hell, what the fuck? Christ!
散々な目ばっかあってよ我慢しかしてねえのにしてねえんだよ
He's getting feared. He's becoming feared. He's going right the way through. Damn. Sick. Sick. Okay, episode 3. Every episode, man, Denji, he just... people just taking advantage of him all the time. I wonder when we're going to get to an episode where he doesn't get taken advantage of. You know what I mean? Like, ridiculous, you know what I mean? He gets, in the first episode, gets taken advantage of by the Yakuza, which he has been done his whole life. Second episode, it's Aki. And then third episode, it's Buddy Power. Oh, man. You know what it is. But, you know what I mean? This is the thing, is like, as Denji's just creating this... he's almost going to be the one that's just going to be perfect. I think, for Power anyway, because she was, you know, she basically said, like, she doesn't like humans, and she equally doesn't like devils either. And, you know, Denji's both. And I imagine come next episode, when he gets them out of that Bat Devil's, you know, stomach, you know what I mean, she'll see that. I mean, she did say if he can get, get the cat back, then she will, you know. This is the thing, though. I think that was the part where she was lying. And it is interesting, like, the fact that, you know, the very beginning of the episode, it started off with, like, Power lying, right? And then literally, like, go on to, like, the next scene and whatnot, and, you know, Denji is completely falling for it. You know what I mean? Even though he was like, it's clear, like, you're clearly a liar. But he goes along with it, you know? But yeah, I think the thing that she was lying about, well, obviously wasn't about Meowy, right? Wasn't about the cat, but it was the idea of, you know, killing the Bat Devil. Like, I think what Power was trying to do was get free from public safety entirely and get the cat back, and that was it, and then they could go off and do whatever they wanted, right? But, you know, well, she's gonna have to suck up to fucking Denji now then, because he's gonna, as long as nothing is happening. I mean, the thing is, the Bat Devil fucked it by swallowing them whole. I mean, I reckon Denji would have killed the fucker anyway, but, like, well, actually, I don't know if he would have. Because his whole thing was just like, he just wants to cop a feel of some tits. That's it. You know what I mean? The fact that, you know, Power's still in their hole gives him that, you know, that desire to go off it and do it, because at the end of the day, he's the one that got betrayed by Power, so he has no real affiliation with her anymore. So it was like, you know, the fact that they were swallowed whole just give him that incentive. So I think the Bat Devil fucked it from that moment, you know what I mean? And yeah, so yeah, she's gonna have to eat her own words. She's gonna have to suck up to Denji, and I think that'll be the thing that brings her back. I do find it interesting what's going to happen when they get back, though. I mean, I feel like Denji's going to have to explain this, because that's a lot of damage caused to the surrounding area there. And it almost seems like the way that they are set up, like public safety and civilian hunters, it's like things need to be, like, formally addressed. Because at the very beginning, like, literally the first line of the show, Makima's giving, you know, a talk to Power, and basically saying that public safety, if they get involved in civilian hunters devils, then you can be arrested for that. So yeah, I guess that answers the question from the last episode, where I was like, why do the civilian hunters have a sour taste when, you know, the likes of Denji, when you show them the badge, right? So it's almost like they're at odds with each other, like they're two, like, separate organizations that deal with devils and whatnot. See, because I was thinking that, I don't know, it's like, why would they be at odds with each other if their goal is the same thing? Is there monetary value in it? Like, you kill a devil, you're the one that gets, you know? Or is it... Because I'm just thinking, is it not government... I mean, public safety you would assume is government owned, right? And so, like, that's where they would get their resources from. But I don't know, I could be wrong with that. It is interesting, that. And I feel like there could be more to this show than I like initially am anticipating, because on the surface it's like, well, it's you know, it's, you've got to deal with these like sort of evil devil creatures, right, that are infecting the world, and so it's really just like us against them. But there was a scene where I guess the higher ups at public safety were like, they possibly have reason to believe that both America and Russia are they're militarizing like devils and whatnot, and they were saying that like they're hoping that devils is the only thing they have to worry about. Like, I don't know, like in this world is like are countries at odds with each other? I mean, I know like in our world they are as well with Russia, but like, you know, I'm just interested to see, like, you know, what is the politics surrounding that in this world. But it is typical, isn't it? Like, militarizing different types of power. Of course they fucking would, you know what I mean? So yeah, we did learn a bit more about Power as well, that she was she's the blood devil, so of course that's the reason why she's able to use her own blood and form different things. And that'll be the reason why she needs blood herself, I imagine, to at least I would think so, right? I guess similarly to, well, because that's the thing, I don't know the difference between the fiends and, like, what's the anatomy difference between Power and Denji, for example? You know what I mean? Because seemingly, like, if Denji was to drink blood, he would heal as well, technically, right? Wouldn't he? You know? But I guess as of now, Denji's only healed by just letting, I guess, blood cells regenerate, you know what I mean, and form back for him. That being said, I do wonder, and it is very actually early on in the show that like something like this was introduced. I feel like something like retractable chainsaws would be something that would be like, oh shit, I can do that. But he seemed to just like, he didn't even think about it. It was just like innate when the Bat Devil chucked the you know, the civilian with it, like, you know, in the car at him, that he just innately did it on instinct. So yeah, I think he's a bit what's the word, I'm not sure really what he wants, because he instinctively saved a human, but then like literally like 2 seconds later he chucks the thing back and said, what do you think I did it to save him? Like, you know. But I don't know, maybe it's a thing of just he's trying to make the other devil fear him. And we even saw that there, like when, I mean, after the Bat Devil friggin' did that weird thing with his mouth. I don't know why I did that. Why did I do that? That was such a, oh god, what a bad friggin' time to yeah, what a bad image that's going to be. When he sucked up and blew. God, even the words. Oh god. Yeah, when the Bat Devil blew Denji away, right? Through the buildings, everything like that. Denji came back, absolutely pissed off that he's getting so impatient that he can't just cop a feel of some tits for once. And the Bat Devil literally like was fearing him in that moment. So it's like, if what Makima said is true, because they just said it as like, it's almost like they think like that it might be true, like it's only just rumor and talk that, you know, the more a devil is talked about and feared, the more powerful they are. I don't know if that is an actual thing, but if it is the case, then we have to assume that, you know, at that moment when the Bat Devil was fearing him, Chainsaw Man got a bit more powerful. But yeah, what else? I think when, like, you know, I don't think Power was totally wrong. I think, like, when she talks about humans being foolish and whatnot, I don't really think so. Not like as a group. But Denji himself, sure. Because all you have to do is coerce him with the idea of alright, I'll let you touch me tits for doing this. It's like he's so in. He's you know what I mean? Like, everything else goes out the window. You know what I mean? He can be the most gullible person on earth. You know? I mean, him being dragged to that location and whatnot and then being taken out, like, it's so reminiscent of what happened to him in episode 1. It's just like, you know, but I think that's the thing, like, that we're seeing with this, what I was talking about before, about, you know, how long before he stops getting taken advantage of, like, you know what I mean? It's like, he just seems to be, like, he's just one to be like a dog. I mean, we've talked about that before, like, he literally acts like a dog anyway, because he's basically ordered around and he follows orders and he just follows people around almost like a dog. Although, in that regard, he was kind of taking the lead a bit with the fact of, you know, in order to take Power out, you need to have approval to do that. And that's why I think, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Denji is going to be punished for this little thing. I just don't know if it's a case of, like, you can just fight devils, like, and like anytime you want. That's just the difference between the public safety and civilian hunters, about them having, you know, basically dibs on a devil, like, just makes me think that, like, does that mean that specifically if you're part of public safety, you have, like, before you leave, you have to truly say, like, right, we're going after this devil, you know? And if you take out a devil without any of that, like, approval, then are you punished for it? We'll have to wait and see. But I just feel like I wouldn't be surprised if that's where Power comes around on him. Because, yeah, he's going to end up saving her, but I just wonder if to tip it over the edge in favor of, like, you know, Denji, and bringing Power truly to our side, who, you know, Power who wants to be a part of this crew, is like Denji will take all of the blame and not tell, you know, Makima or anybody about the fact that Power betrayed him. But I don't know, because this is the interesting thing with Denji. His personality, because of the experience that he's had growing up and whatnot, like, he doesn't necessarily have that protagonist feel that is, he's totally, like, 100% the nice guy, you know what I mean? Like, the justice guy. So it does make me wonder exactly what he will do going ahead into the next episode. I mean, I could be, like, you know, totally getting way ahead of myself on that, and next episode it's like, right, you take Power and whatnot, and then they just come back and everything's fine and dandy. I just don't feel like that would be the case, though. I feel like Makima would know something is up, like, you know, Denji could, like, faint, and it's like, right, well, you've been Chainsaw Man, what you been doing, kind of thing, you know. But I do wonder, the fact that he can retract his saws, does that mean that he can lose less blood? Because I feel like with the arm thing, it's sort of expected that he's going to lose blood there. I think he does lose blood from the chainsaw on his head as well, because I'm sure it like you can see it in the opening when the chainsaw's coming out. It's just that because generally he has the mask on, it's hard to tell, but I do wonder. It is kind of like I wonder if it's just because he's a human devil hybrid, the reason why when he becomes a devil, it's almost like he's harming himself as well. And that's just a trait of being a devil-human hybrid, because obviously other devils, well, considering the devils we have seen, like, that hasn't been the case, right? Like, there hasn't been a thing of, like, them being a devil is, like, harming them in some way, because they're just generic, like, they're just normal, natural devils, right? Whereas because Denji's a human like hybrid, it's like his body isn't made to be that way, right? That must be just the fact that it is. But yeah. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, yeah, we could talk about, you know, Power and her cat and like how they met and whatnot. So she took care, like I find it interesting the fact of like, was she so desperate for food that she was like, oh, let's take this cat and fatten it up a bit. Like even so, if it was a fat cat, it's still not that much. I mean, you've literally just killed a bear. You know what I mean? I don't know, man, but yeah, I did wonder, like, before that scene popped up, that, like, was it a case of she was human when she had her cat, or was it that she was a fiend at that point, and or devil, and she was the you know, the devil when she did, which makes it obviously more sweet, that relationship, I guess. And it will go ahead, like, going ahead as well, like, if the cat is still alive, should be, right? It was in a cage and it got swallowed whole, so I think it'll be fine, as long as Denji hasn't cut it up accidentally. But you know, I think it'll be fine. And then going forward, I feel like because she had in her mind, oh, that the cat's gone, that's it, you know what I mean? And then turns out, no, it's actually still alive. It's like she now has that feeling of loss without actually like loss. So that's an advantage going forward, I guess. It's going to be interesting, yeah. So yeah, that is all I've got, though. So yeah, really, really cool episode again. Can't wait for next week and episode 4, but that is all I've got. So thank you everyone for watching. In the description below, I have links to my Patreon page and everything. The tiers there are the early access, gives you access to shows a week early. There's the full-length tier, gives you access to full-length reactions to all the shows I do. And then there's the exclusive tier, which gives you access to all the full-length movie reactions that I do as well. So go over there. Of course, I'll be reacting to some movies coming up very shortly, so keep an eye out for that. But that is all I've got. So thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.